92nd Street Y online media is made possible by the generous support of listeners like you. This program features poet Lucille Clifton reading from her work. It was recorded on April 28, 1969, before a live audience at New York's 92nd Street Y.
I would like to read some poems from Good Times. These poems are all about people and places and things that perhaps we all know. Some of them are untitled, all of them are very short. And perhaps you might think that after a point you're hearing one long poem, which may be true. The first is untitled, and it gives the flavor of all the poems. In the inner city, or like we call it, home, we think a lot about uptown and the silent nights, and the houses straight as dead men and the pastel lights, and we hang on to our no place, happy to be alive and in the inner city, or like we call it, home. This poem is about my mama. My mama moved among the days like a dream walker in a field. Seemed like what she touched was hers. Seemed like what touched her couldn't hold. She got us almost through the high grass, then looked like she turned around and ran right back in, right back on in. And this poem is about my daddy. My daddy is was a chipper in a steel mill. He gave them most of his life. They gave him emphysema. Couplers are great, huge steel things that hold railroad cars together, and a chipper knocks away the less than smooth pieces of the coupler. My daddy's fingers move among the couplers, chipping steel and skin, and if the steel would break, my daddy's fingers might be men again. My daddy's fingers wait, grotesque as monkey wrenches, wide and full of angles, like the couplers, to chip away the mold's imperfections. But what do my daddy's fingers know about grace? And what can the couplers know about being locked together? This poem is titled, it's called Robert, which is also the first line. Was born obedient, without questions. Did a dance called pickin' grapes, sticking his butt out for pennies. Married a master who whipped his mind until he died. Until he died, the color of his life was nigger. This is called Miss Rosie. A lot of ladies like Miss Rosie can be seen sitting on porches in places. When I watch you wrapped up like garbage, sitting surrounded by the smell of 2 old potato peels, or when I watch you in your old man's shoes with the little toe cut out, sitting waiting for your mind like next week's grocery. I say when I watch you, you wet brown bag of a woman who used to be the best-looking gal in Georgia, used to be called the Georgia Rose, I stand up through your destruction. I stand up. This poem is called The First. What I remember about that day his boxes stacked across the walk, and couch springs curling through the air, and drawers and tables balanced on the curb, and us hollering, leaping up and around, happy to have a playground. Nothing about the emptied rooms, nothing about the emptied families. Running across to the lot in the middle of the cement days to watch the big boys trembling as the dice made poets of them, if we remembered to despair, I forget. I forget when the streetlights were blooming, and the sharp bird call of the iceman and his son, and the ointment of the ragman's horse sang spring, that our fathers were dead, and our brothers were dying. Still, it was nice. When the scissors man come round, running his wheel, rolling his wheel, and the sparks shooting out in the dark across the lot and over to the white folks section, still it was nice. In the light of Maisie's store to watch the wheel and catch the wheel fire spinning in the air, and our edges and our points sharpening good as anybody's. And this poem is called Good Times. My daddy has paid the rent, and the insurance man is gone, and the lights is back on, and my Uncle Bud has hit for $1 straight, and these is good times, good times, good times. My mama has made bread, and Grandpa has come, and everybody is drunk and dancing in the kitchen and singing in the kitchen. Oh, these is good times. Good times, good times. Oh, children, think about the good times. Thank you. These next poems are from a series. I guess you might say they're my war poems. They're about a rather current war. A war in the great American tradition of having a bigger and better one every year. Tyrone, 1. On this day, the Buffalo soldiers have taken up position corner of Jefferson and Sycamore. We will sack the city. We'll sink the city. Seek the city. Willie B., 1. Mama say I got no business out here in the Army 'cause I ain't but 12 and my daddy was a white man. The motherfucker. Tyrone, 2. The spirit of the Buffalo soldiers is beautiful. How we fight on down to Main Street laughing and shouting. We happy together. Oh, we turning each other on in this damn war. Willie B., 2. Why I would bring a wagon into battle is, a wagon is a help to a soldier with his bricks and when he want to rest. Also, today is Mama's birthday, and I'm going to get her that TV out of old Steinhardt's store. Tyrone, 3. Now, this poem comments on a habit of our governor. He had this thing about Jackie Robinson, it seemed. The governor has sent out Jackie Robinson, and he has sprinted from center and crouched low and caught the ball. What a shortstop. And if we Buffalo soldiers was sports fans, we sure would cheer. Willie B., 3. Mama say he was a black hero, a champion like Muhammad Ali. Of course, I never heard of it, being not born till 1955. Tyrone, 4. We made it through the swamps, and we'll make it through the dogs, leaving our white man's names and white man's traditions and making some history. And when they see the tear gas burn my buffalo soldiers' eyes, they got to say, look yonder, Tyrone is. Willie B., 4. I'm the one what burned down the Dewdrop Inn. Yes, the man do exploit us in his bar, but also, my mama one time in the Dewdrop Inn tried for a white man. And if he is on a newspaper or something, look, I am the one what burned down the Dewdrop Inn. Everybody say I'm a big boy for my age. Me, Willie B., son. Buffalo War. War over. Everybody gone home. Nobody dead. Everybody dying. This poem is also untitled. Those boys that ran together at Tillman's and the pool room, everybody see them now, think it's a shame. Everybody see them now, remember they was fine boys. We have some fine black boys. Don't it make you want to cry? This is called Stops. We once lived near a liquor store, which was owned by two ancient women with an ancient dog, and they were robbed rather regularly. This poem is kind of an attempt to understand that. They keep coming at me. Keep coming at me. All the red lights they got, all the whistles and sirens, blowing with every kind of stop. Till I got to go upside a stop and stop it. Even a little old lady in a liquor store. And this poem, the final one, is called Admonitions. I have 4 daughters and 2 sons, we have. This is for them. Boys, I don't promise you nothing but this. What you pawn, I will redeem. What you steal, I will conceal. My private silence to your public guilt is all I got. Girls, first time a white man opens his fly like a good thing, we'll just laugh. Laugh real loud, my black women. Children, when they ask you, why is your mama so funny, say, she is a poet. She don't have no sense. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. 92nd Street Y, Unterberg Poetry Center webcasts, and access to our archive are made possible by the generous support of listeners like you. For more information on 92nd Street Y and all our programs, please visit us on the web at 92y.org. This program is copyright 1969 by 92nd Street Y.